And the math was rather insane. It was like at some point he had to be seducing a new woman every other day, something like that. And I was trying to figure out what was his secret. What made him so insanely seductive to women of all types, actresses, waitresses, you name it.
You talked about the rake. Can you describe the rake?
Yeah, I mean, I was a rake. I'm what you call a reformed rake, so I can speak from experience on that. And basically, my years of being a rake were in my 20s and pretty much early 30s, and then I stopped. But the rake is a man who has an intense interest in women. He understands them deeply. He's obsessed with women, and perhaps it comes from something relationship going with his mother. We can analyze that as well. But he has this obsessive interest in them. He understands their spirit. He finds it very exciting to be around them. But one woman can never satisfy him. The only way he can get satisfaction is by constantly having new women in his life. That's how he satisfies this hunger. Because the moment that a woman becomes familiar, it kind of loses the edge that he wants. He's kind of like a hunter. He loves the process of hunting the woman, of seducing her, of getting her to fall for him. And in those first few weeks, he showers her with attention. That's his power. He love bombs them. He's so he's so excited about their world. He gives them gifts that show he's thinking about them. He takes them to exciting places. It's irresistible, right? And but the thing is, it can't last because he has to continually spread the wealth. He has to continually find new people to conquer. And in the book, I kind of profile some of the greatest rakes who ever lived, and one of them is the great classic Hollywood actor Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was this devilishly handsome man that didn't hurt, but he was also, in the end, people claimed that he had seduced or slept with about 3,000 women. And and he died when he was 51, 52 from alcoholism. And
Oh,
so when I wrote the book, I kind of did the math on that. And the math was rather insane. It was like at some point he had to be seducing a new woman every other day, something like that. And I was trying to figure out what was his secret. What made him so insanely seductive to women of all types, actresses, waitresses, you name it. Of course, being Errol Flynn and having his reputation helped, but he also had a devilish edge that kind of scared a lot of women. But I read in one book that just being around, he was so comfortable with himself. He was so non defensive. He was like an animal that was completely comfortable in his body. And it made the woman completely relax. This one woman said,
yeah.
I felt like I had drunk a couple of martinis and I hadn't just by being around him. And so the rake has this kind of undefensive quality. He's like this natural animal that exudes this energy, kind of like how the siren is. So that's sort of what a rake is.